Hello, students. Um, I will be back in school on Tuesday. Um, that is the plan at the moment. Um, but I'm going to introduce your final to you right now so you can get started working on it. Now, please do not try and email me or anything between 9:30 and 10:30, as I'll be up at Mayo Clinic in doctor's appointments. Um, but otherwise, I should be able to answer any questions that you have. So I'll make sure my phone is charged so that I can make sure I'm meeting your needs. Okay. This is the spring final. We're 2021 school year. Objective of this project is to get students to look at the material you're presented with, make critical judgments about what is important to share and what might not be, and how to present it to class. This project will also continue to build on your critical thinking skills. Units that can be chosen from any of the modules from units 4, 5, or 6 from volume 2 of the Surtel ebook. The code is right here. So you need to go to Surtel and enter this code. It's all caps, ZFNBZUBY. Okay, that is the new ebook. Okay. If you are struggling with your ebook, you need to log off your computer fully, delete your profile or login name, re-enter your login information for your computer. All your cache and your cookies should be taken care of, and you should have no issues with Surtel. You can choose to work alone on this project or with a partner. However, there will be no more than 3 people per group. Here's a whole load. Here's all the topics. Gunpowder empires, Russian Tsardom, the Renaissance, final Asian dynasties, maritime empires, race to colonize, Enlightenment and Revolution, industrial growth and political change, global conflict and national independence, the East and West colliding, the British Empire and global trade, the Great War, world in conflict, between the wars, depression and new order, World War II, communism around the world, transitioning from colonizations to nation building, the Cold War, different social movements, and globalization. Student groups will create a digital presentation. You won't be in front of class because I do not believe we're going to have time to start watching these in class. This should be a recorded presentation using programs like Screencastify, WeVideo, Powtoon, something of the like. Your face does not have to be in the video. However, your voice does. Each member of the group must share information. Videos must not just be people sitting in front of a computer screen talking. Okay? Creativity is important to engage your audience. Students will create a short 5 to 10 multiple choice questionnaire about their subjects. This needs to be digital, okay, so that you can turn it in with your final. You must write and discuss at least 4 higher order thinking questions. Only 4, not 4 per person in the group, just 4 total. Okay, now here's the deal though. These do not come at the very end of the presentation. Okay, these are for different spots throughout your presentation. You throw a question in there that gets people thinking about what you're going to present to them in that small period of time. Okay, do not put these at the end of the presentation. Do not just put them at the front of the presentation. Okay, because like I said, they typically are for a smaller section that you are discussing throughout the presentation. Okay. Presentations need to be at least 5 minutes. With the material in each of these modules, there is plenty of material for at least a 5-minute presentation. Okay. Not to mention, if you only do 5 minutes, there's no way people could answer. Well, there is, but typically people aren't going to do good on any kind of assessment if you only give them 5 minutes to hear the material. Okay. Try not to be any longer than 10 minutes. There are some that will need to be a little bit longer than 10 minutes. And some of you that will go longer than 10 minutes because you're very thorough. All right, this next one, you must write an overarching question concerning your topic. This is not one of your higher order thinking questions. Overarching questions really need to be answered by all of the material. They're way more broad than the 4 higher order thinking questions that you will be coming up with separately. Okay. Each member of your group will also submit a peer evaluation, of course, unless you're working by yourself, which I really hope that no one does, because this is a bigger, these are a little bit bigger modules. You will have from tomorrow until the end of the time on finals day to work on this project. You should only need the material from the modules to complete your presentation. Okay. If you do have links or things like that, or your video, or you're struggling with that part, you need to tell me before the last day of class so that we can make sure that things are working like they should. Effective groups, respecting others, respecting their thoughts, opinions, open-mindedness, being willing to learn, communication, communicating with all group members by listening and sharing, body language, teamwork, sharing responsibility, carrying your load, not a moocher, having a positive attitude. Okay. Now, the next 2 pages are very important. A lot of people missed this when we did this project at the beginning of the semester. Here is your grading rubric, right through here. Oops. Here's your peer evaluation rubric. Each member of the group needs to turn this in. Okay? You put 1 through 4 in here. If you think, for this person, if you think so-and-so did a really awesome job on attending class regularly and on time, you put a 4 in there. Pretty easy. If they rarely ever showed up to class, you put a 1 in there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Okay? All those different categories, you add it up and put the total there at the end. Okay, I'm sure there's going to be questions. There always are, because there's always something that I miss. I am working on that, but I will continue to work to be more thorough throughout the entire rest of my life. However, for now, get started on this, work hard, be diligent. I will be back on Tuesday. Thanks, people.